Hi, hi to you. So, I am going to tell some basics of electrical engineering right now. So, actually, we have came with the board teaching from now onwards. So, let us take basics. So, basics means it's a very basics for us. So, first of all, before we are mainly doing the videos on triple E. So what is meant by triple E? So triple E in the sense electrical, and this E stands for electronics, and this E stands for engineering. Okay, so electrical and electronics engineering triple E. We will discuss purely basics on triple E. Okay, these videos are useful for ITI students, diploma students, as well as BTech students and MTech students. These videos are very useful. So I hope all of you will utilize my videos. So let us come to points. So these electrical and electronics are being running or being sustaining only with the help of physics and chemistry. So you must be a little bit knowledge on physics and chemistry is very important while you are going with the electrical and electronics engineering. And there should be some knowledge on maths. So this knowledge of maths is useful for analysis purpose. If you want to analyze these electrical and electronics engineering, you have to analyze in mathematical forms. If you want to have this electrical and electronics engineering in theory form, it will be getting through physics and chemistry are the basics for electrical and electronics engineering. If you want to analyze this electrical and electronics engineering, you need the maths. So in maths, what are the contents you need? In physics, what are the contents you need? Will be discussed right now. See, when you comes to mathematics or maths, you must know things like each and every student will have the knowledge of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So that much of low level of basics is not enough to solve this electrical engineering. You should have some basics like algebra, okay, trigonometry, differentiation, integration, and you should have little bit knowledge on Laplace for control system. So basically for control systems, to study the control systems, this Laplace is important. So these are the basics you need to know while you wanted to analyze the electrical and electronics engineering. You should be thorough with algebra, trigonometry, differential equations, integrations and Laplace transforms. This is the basic. So if you know these basics, definitely you will be analyzing any of the things. If you want to analyze some KVL and KCL, you should have the knowledge of algebra. You should have the knowledge of trigonometry for AC analyzation. Differentiation is also very important for transient purpose. Laplace transforms are very useful for control systems. Integrations, this is the reciprocal of differentiation. So you will be having this and this both applications in the circuit theory. If you want to analyze the inductor, if you want to analyze the capacitor, then differential and integral equations are needed. If you want to analyze a resistor, you need an algebraic equation. So, if the algebraic equations are useful in DC circuits or DC networks, if you want to analyze an AC circuit or AC network, you should be thorough with the differentiation and integration. If you want to analyze this time domain analysis in the S-plane analysis, you need the Laplace transform. Mainly to analyze a system or to design a system, you should be perfect with the Laplace transform. So if you want to make a system is a stable or unstable or marginally stable, you can use Laplace transform also. Without Laplace transform, by using the integrations and differentiations also we can find, but it's a lengthy process. To make the shortening of that lengthy process, we use the Laplace transforms. So these Laplace transforms are useful in control systems. So this is the basics what I am discussing. So you should have the mathematical basic knowledge of this. Next comes to chemistry. What are the knowledge you need to have the analysis regarding with the electrical and electronics engineering? When it comes to chemistry, so the basic knowledge what you need is atomic structure. Atomic structure is very important because the number of electrons present in the outermost orbit is based on that point. We are dividing the conductors, insulators, semiconductors. So atomic structure knowledge is very important. Then again you should have the periodic table knowledge. Periodic table knowledge. Why this periodic table is necessary? In the sense, all the fourth group elements are all some elements. For example, if you take carbon, silicon, these are all one group of elements. This comes under the periodic table. Metals and conductors, all this can be found in the periodic table. By using this periodic table, we can find the number of electrons present in it, number of protons present in it, weight of a proton, weight of the atom can be found by having the weight of the number of protons. So this is periodic tables is also very important. And one more thing is environmental knowledge. Environmental chemistry is also very important. So our subjects, for example, if you are discussing with the thermal power plant, if you are discussing with the some corona effect, then it is linked with the environment. So what are the things you have to be related? That ozone gas is released, O3 gas is released in the corona. So that is environmental things also. Then sag due to ice, what is happening? So this is also an environmental thing. Wind, this is also an pollutions are been occurring. Why these pollutions are been occurring? This all comes in the environmental chemistry. So little bit basics on atomic structure, periodic table and environmental chemistry is much enough for studying or analyzing of an electrical engineering. There is some more in depth in the chemistry which is related with the electrical engineering we will be discussing in upcoming topics. Comes to physics. What are the basics physics is needed for electrical and electronics engineering? Yes. Anyone? Yes, I am going to talk about the physics. So physics, in physics, the engineering is nothing but, and engineering is nothing but the advanced level or the advancedness of the physics. In physics, you know, all are learning basically the electricity chapter. Electricity chapter. This is very useful for electrical and electronics engineering. And one more chapter you will be learning, that is electromagnetism, or simply magnetism is a chapter which you can see in physics. It's also one of the important topics. You should be thorough with electricity chapter. You should be thorough with magnetism chapter in physics. These are the basics. Apart from these basics, you should have some knowledge on work, power and energy. Work, power and energy. It's also one of a topic. So due to this work, power, energy, you are going to discuss lot of things in the machines. In a machines subject, you will be discussing lot of things about the work, power and energy. That is momentum, very important. What is meant by torque? It is also important. All these are the physics related. What is meant by speed? This is also physics related. So these are the basics physics you should be able to know to analyze the electrical and electronic engineering. So, my dear friends or students, to analyze the electrical and electronic engineering, you need the mathematics. What are the basics needed in the mathematics I had discussed, and physics. What are the basics you need in physics I had discussed, and what are the basics you need in chemistry for study of electrical and electronic engineering is being discussed right now. Okay, this is very basic level we are starting in our YouTube channel. You please subscribe my channel, and I will be giving more and more videos for you for from the basic level to top level from now onwards. Okay, please subscribe my channel, and signing out. I will come with next video right now itself with a new topics, with a very basic topics, and it will be very useful to all of you. Okay, thank you.